folks, Smith here, aka Rich, with a video on motorbikes. I am a biker and I've got a job change coming up this year. I'm recording this in February 2017 just for historical reasons, and I'm potentially looking at getting myself a bike at some point. I'd love to get one this year, and I'm looking at mid-capacity size engines, you know, about the 6700cc mark, preferably twins. There's less to go wrong, they're usually cheaper to maintain. I would love a shaft drive, again lower maintenance, I don't have to worry about oil in the chain and stuff like that. It's just a low maintenance, low insurance bracket bike as well. I'm just trying to keep costs down as much as possible, but with a mid-range engine bike, I still want to have some fun with it. So even though it's mainly going to be a commuter, that's why I want a shafty, but I still want to have some fun with it if I want to have some fun with it. So here we go in the video. So the first bike of the pile is the Triumph Speedmaster. I think it's Triumph's cheapest bike. If I was going to go for this, I would go for it in black because it's a no-cost paint job. The grey is a cost paint job. It's only two colour choices. So it's a parallel twin that harks back to the days of when Triumph were king of motorbikes, basically. So a parallel twin, an 865cc engine, possibly classed as a 900. Looks okay. The videos I've seen, people like it. It's easy to swing around and, you know, ride. And the cost in the UK for it is $7,599. Next up is the Yamaha XSR 700. This is the garage metal colour scheme, which I really do like. This sort of dull goldy bronze colour on the engine casing there. There's a similar sort of colour on the seat, because it looks like, by the graphic there, it's a sort of two-tone seat. Nice big shiny silver fuel tank. I do like the look of this. This is basically the same as the MT-07 and the Tracer 700. So it's three bikes that are basically the same thing, just little changes here and there. But you know, Tracer's it's one of these adventure bikes. Triumph Tiger, Africa Twin Honda, that sort of thing. So it's a parallel twin like the MT-07, 680cc, so they call it a 700, and it's $6,599 in the UK. I'll show you a graphic later of how I'd actually like this XSR to look if I was to have one. If this was a bike, out of all you're going to see in this video, if there was a bike that I would actually want to own and keep for quite a few years, based purely on looks, this is it, but I'll show you how I want it later on. Next up is quite possibly my favourite bike brand, Kawasaki, with the VN700S Vulcan. This one is actually the cheapest of the Vulcan range that I liked. It's in a grey colour, according to the site anyway. Parallel twin again. It's a 650cc, so I was aiming at about mid engine sizes. Didn't want something too big, but nothing too small. The idea is that it's mostly going to be a commute bike, so it has to be durable. This is why I was wanting shaft drive. So, you know, it's a sort of cruiser type bike. Next to no shiny stuff, which I wanted in a cruiser. I hate shiny stuff. I want to spend my time riding the damn thing, not cleaning it. Anyway, ran over. So, nice and dark, all over the place. 650cc parallel twin, as I said, $6,299. And the next one of the bunch, there's quite a few here, is the Yamaha MT-07, the XSR's little brother. So in white, because I quite like that. The wheels are black, so they're going to be looking cleaner longer, because the MT07 with the green wheels, you'll be cleaning them every week or more. Anyway, parallel twin again, like the XSR. 690cc, so it's a 700, they call it. 6099. This bike has had quite a few good reviews as far as I can tell. I've only looked at bikes I've liked, but this is just what's available for what my criteria were. And another one from the Big Green K is the ER6F. In their green or grey, got a choice of two, green or grey scheme. The grey one actually has, as you see in the picture, green shocker springs. So there's not a lot that speak English, man. Kawasaki green. Right, so parallel twin again. 650cc, 6049. So we're getting there, but yeah, it's fared. There's if I drop it or crash it, there's more plastic bits to replace. Yeah, well, it's an option. Next up, America. A Harley Davidson Street 750 in black. Good colour choice, well, colour range on the bike, the most out of any of these I think. But you've got to be careful which one you pick, because you will end up paying for the paint. So I went for a no cost option. This is Harley's cheapest bike. That used to be the 883 Sportster. It's now this thing, built in India. Yeah, that rang alarm bells. So no shiny stuff again on this one. I think this one's actually a belt drive. The views I've seen on video about this bike haven't exactly been completely flattering for it, but it's a V-twin, it's a 750cc, and it's 5995. So getting there, but the reviewers have been saying that it's just a bit too soft, and I've seen the fork dive with a not too heavy but not too light rider as well, and it's just like, yeah, really? And back to the Big Green K we go with the ER6N in white. For me, best looking colour scheme. Again, like the 6F, parallel twin, 650cc. It's 5799, bit cheaper because of the fewer amount of plastics on it. Looks quite nice though. And our first one from Suzuki, the SV650, in white. I like that one as well. It's a V-twin with a 650cc engine at 5699. Some of the reviewers have been saying that this looked like the Gladius that came before, but to me this is looking like an old motorbike from when I was growing up. It doesn't really look modern apart from the way they've styled the tail end of it and given the exhaust thing massive debris flip by the back wheel. That's massive. But 5699 for a bike, that's not too bad. And the first from Honda, the CBR 500R, with in white, black, or black orange. As you see, I think that's, I can't remember now, is that the black orange version or the black? I think the black's got another colour in it as well. Anyway, parallel twin is about 470cc, so the class is a 500, 5599. again, going back to previous one, fairings on it, plastics, cost, but it's got that nice sort of dull bronze goldy colour on the engine casing, which is nice. Also noticed that on the wheels they've got I'll call it artwork, probably just decals on the rims. I think the Kawasaki had that as well. It's a not a bad little touch. And then the second one from Honda is the CB500F in orange or black. Could be quite tempted to go with the orange actually. The same as the CBR, just that the fairing's gone and they've given it a little cockpit fairing. So same engine, parallel twin, 500, 5299. Now you're probably wondering why I've thrown in the SV650 picture here again. Well, the two bikes I'm going to bring up next, I'd completely forgotten about this manufacturer and I'd got reminded about it, so I went and had a look. And the reason the 650 is there is because these two bikes, although the one has fair and the other doesn't, so it's the same bike, this bike that's going to come up next is based on the 650. Well, it uses their engine. I'm not sure if it uses much else, but here we go from Korea. Hyosung GT650 RC in that colour scheme, which I believe is white. It's Suzuki's SV650 V Twin. 4299. Think about that for a minute. You've got V Twin, sporty looking bike, 650cc for 4300. Think about that. And the last one is the Hyosung GT650P in white, which is a naked bike, just like the R, but no fairing really. Same V Twin, 650cc, 3999. That's not the on the road price, that's just to buy the bike itself. I know that because I've been looking at it for quite a bit. Now, the thing that's a sort of kick in the ass about it is, even though these bikes are based on Suzuki's SV650, there is one thing that keeps coming up with these bikes that's a pain in the backside. The regulator or rectifier, depending on what you want to call it, keeps going out. I don't know how long, but it's not in a short time, it's in the sort of mid-term, if you like, in a couple years or something. And the majority of the time when these things go, they're within warranty. So if you have one of these bikes and that thing just dies on you, it's usually within the bike's warranty period. If you consider going for one of these cheap bikes, and cheap doesn't always mean nasty, have a look online to see what regulators people have been swapping them out for, because I did see somebody who'd actually taken one off a different bike, different manufacturer of bike, but it's so cheap, it's unbelievable. And for the most part, for the video reviews I've seen on these bikes, they are quite positive. They're nothing fancy, they're not supposed to be. It's a bike, it gets you from A to B. That's all I want really. Maybe something just to give me a little bit of fun on a ride out someday, but that's it. There's me options on the mid-range engine sizes. Now, just to finish off what I said to pretty much at the start of this, the XSR 700. Now I showed you the bike colour I like, the garage metal colour. The tech black colour they have has the wheels that matches the engine casing colour and near enough the seat colour as well. So I did a little bit of photo editing, and here is the end result of how I think the garage metal colour scheme should look. Because don't forget, the standard scheme for this bike in that colour has black wheels, but yet the tech black bike has these dull bronzy coloured wheels, and I think they'd look better with the garage metal. But that's it for now. Let me know what you think. Got any suggestions? I mean, this is just about brand new bikes. I'm all for hearing ideas, suggestions about used bikes. Just the other day, actually, before I go, I saw an advert for a used, in the late 1980s, I believe, Yamaha XJ700 V-twin, very little shiny stuff, cruiser of a sort-ish, and it's shaft drive. This sort of thing I wanted as a commute bike, A to B, home to work and back again, and something for a blast on a day out. So, let me know what you think, give me your suggestions down below. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next time.